it's Amanda here for Greener Demeanor, and as part of our 52-week challenge on trying out a more sustainable life, we're going to look at some simple habits and tips for saving energy at home. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'm doing one video for every week of the year on how to live a little bit more eco-friendly of a life. Last week I talked about the structure of our homes and what we can do to make sure the actual body of our home is the most energy efficient it can be. And this week it's more about like all the little things you can do with the appliances and the electronics around your house. One habit to get into is to check the weather right away when you wake up. If you live in Minnesota like I do, it could be that you wake up and you're wearing shorts and then in the afternoon it's snowing. So that's happened. Or it's really hot and humid, or it's below freezing for a week. So just knowing what to expect out of the day's weather is a good habit to get into. Because then you want to think, what am I doing for the day? Are you going to be at work all day? Are you going to be at home all day? Are there going to be kids or pets in your house that need the house at a certain temperature? Are you going to be gone for vacation for the week? Are there different people in the house who have different temperature requirements or needs than the other people from the house? So if you're like me, I am always cold, whereas my kids and my husband are always hot, like all the time, and I don't understand. So think about those different temperature differences between the people living in your household. Think about if that other person who has the different needs from everyone else in the house could warm up or cool down in a more efficient way so you don't have to change the whole house's temperature. Like you'll often find me curled up in a heated blanket, or I'll use those microwavable pads that you use for like muscle aches and period cramps. I'll put one of those in the microwave, heat it up, and kind of snuggle into that. Or you could use a space heater, which can be a fire hazard, so you have to take that into consideration and use it properly. Or just an individual fan. So all those things can help that one individual heat up or cool down without affecting the whole rest of the household. Your ceiling fans are a really useful tool for saving energy around your house. Fans cool people and not rooms. So if there's nobody in the room, you're not going to get cooled down by the fan because it actually cools you down by producing like a wind chill effect. So it's the effect on your body, not the room. So start with that. That's a rule in our house, that you turn off your fan when you leave the room in the summer. If you look up on your fan, there's a little switch up there, and that changes the direction that your fan rotates. So in the wintertime, your fan should be rotating counterclockwise, and then in the summertime, it should be going clockwise. So turn that with the seasons. Put a reminder in your phone to turn it, and that's a really easy way to save energy. A smart thermostat is a useful tool for saving energy because it knows if you're home or not by connecting to your phone, and it can be put into different settings like eco mode or sleep mode, and it'll sort of adjust based on the temperatures and the time of day and if you're home or not. So there's lots of different settings you can use for those. We just bought the Google Home Nest system, so it connects to our Google system at home, and so you can use your voice to be like, hey Google, turn the temperature to blah blah blah. And now it's probably gonna say something. Yep, it told me to just say stuff like, make it warmer. And it's giving me instructions. So anyways, it's all connected, and it listens to you if you have a smart speaker in that room, and it can adjust it from there. But you do have to wire it correctly because Kelly switched up 2 wires or something, and our air conditioner didn't work when we went to go start it this summer. So make sure you put it in the right way. My parents have a timer controlled vent fan in their bathroom. So you can set it to vent for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you want to push. So that way you don't forget it, because if you forget to turn off your vent fan, every cubic foot of air that you're pumping out of there has to be replaced by the outside air and conditioned to be in your house. So you don't want to waste that energy pumping that air in and out. And make sure you keep those vent fans clean too. In addition to keeping your vents clean, you want to make sure that your air filters are changed out regularly. Usually every 3 months or more if they get a lot of gunk on them. But just make sure you put that reminder in your phone to change those out and buy them in bulk so that you always have them there, so you won't be like, I'll just do it later. With your filter, you're going to look for that MERV rating. That's the minimum efficiency reporting value. So if you have a higher MERV rating, that's going to filter out more stuff in there. Lower doesn't get as much. But if you have an older system, a higher rating might make your system work harder, and that could harm the whole system in itself. So make sure you're not overworking your system by getting too high of a MERV rating on your air filter. Phantom energy is something that we want to minimize in our households too. So that's all the energy that's being sucked up by the items that aren't in use right now, but can be turned on really quickly or on with a remote or something. So think about your TV, your computer. Those are the two big users of phantom energy, but also even your phone charger or your microwave or your coffee maker, anything that's plugged in. One thing that we can do to help minimize phantom energy is use power strips with the on and off buttons. So you can plug multiple things in an area in on those, and when you know you're not using them, just switch that off button. It's still gonna suck in a little bit of energy by being plugged into that power strip, but it's gonna be far less than all those items plugged in on different outlets. We created a charging station in the center of the house, so our laptops, our tablets, our phones can all be plugged into there, and then they're all connected to the same power strip, so we can just turn that off when we don't need it. Here's our charging station that we have set up. So on this side, we have all our slots for the devices, so tablets and iPads and phones and batteries and whatnot, so all sorts of junk here. And then I have a place for the cables to live, and then a little drawer for a camera and some of the memory cards too, and a spot for the laptop to live. And then in this top drawer, we have all of those things connected to this power strip, so I can just turn the button off when we don't need to be charging anything or when we leave. And then this one I emptied out so I can show you. We just drilled holes in the back of this so that you can put the cables through it. So some things you can do to lighten your phantom energy load: go around and unplug things before you leave for trips if you're going to be gone for a while. Unplug the things that you're not using or you don't use frequently. Unplug items that are done charging. Invest in some power strips so you can put groups of items together and have the ability to turn them on and off. And think about putting some electronics on like Christmas light timers, especially if it's something where you know, I don't watch TV from this time to this time every day, and that way it'll turn it off during those hours. Invest in Energy Star appliances. So if you're thinking about getting a new dishwasher or a refrigerator or a washer and dryer or a stove, look into those Energy Star options, and sometimes you can even get rebates back for purchasing those options and making your home more energy efficient. Lighting around your house is really important too. Traditional incandescent light bulbs are definitely out and LEDs are in. I know a couple videos ago we were talking about light pollution and how LEDs are not the best solution for all over your home. But this is where it comes in, where I want you to think practically about the choices that you're making. So LEDs are the more energy efficient version for the light bulbs. But in your bedroom or the ones that are gonna be shining outside, you might not wanna use those LEDs because of the light pollution or the blue light that they're emitting. So in the situations where you can use LEDs, use those ones because they do last longer and are more energy efficient. But make the choices for what you need in your home. So those are my tips for saving energy around the home. If you found any of that useful, please subscribe and hit the bell so I can keep bringing you more eco-friendly living tips. Have a good one.